I just came in the room to get Nancy, and look at this. Look, someone took the cover off of this. And I know it wasn't Nancy.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
It's 7 a.m. I was just outside and I saw Eva and Ziggy. So I'm bringing them some food. This is a platter of canned food. I think that's Ringo over there. I could be wrong. That could be Eva. That's Ziggy. So they're getting some instant canned food just because I had it, and then they're also getting some dry food, and Ziggy just meowed at me. There you go, Ziggy. She just backed away, but she meowed at me first. And there's Sammy, and there's Richard on the day sofa, and there's Goldie poking out from under the day sofa. They're so funny. Sammy's the brave one. You're the brave one, Sammy. So all three cats are eating. That's good. Ringo, Eva, and Ziggy. So I'm glad they're sticking together. And yeah, so there's 4 inside and 3 outside. So that's still good. The plan is Monday. So today's Friday. The plan is Monday to trap another cat. So in another 3 days, I'll trap another cat. And then 3 days after that, trap the final 2. So by this time next week, a week from today, all 3 of these should be trapped. And I'll be taking the final 2 to the vet to get spayed and neutered. That's the plan. That's the goal. Everyone else has had their breakfast except for these cats. And I'm not going to give them breakfast until I get Nancy situated in the transfer cage. So this is the isolator that I had here in this position all night, except when I came in here this morning, it was not in that position. It was over here, like it fell to the side. So either she was maybe moving around things and pushed it, or one of the other cats pushed it. I'm going to have to look at the security camera to see what happened. Be nice. Be nice, Sammy. Everyone knows you're the boss, okay? Everybody knows that. You don't got to keep telling them. So, yeah. So right now, I'm going to have to use the isolator because I need to disconnect the transfer cage, clean it up, put the towels in there, and then scoot her over into there. So the other thing that happened is this camera, this is how I left it, and it was not this way this morning. Someone had knocked it over, so I couldn't watch anything through it. It is 7:13 a.m. and I just got Nancy in the transfer cage, which is very good. So I was able to get her in this part, isolate her in this part, take off the connector, clean this part out. It had shredded newspaper in it and some training pads that she had all bunched up. I put 2 new training pads on the bottom. Then I put the 3 towels. We're up to 3 towels from the vet now in there. And then I reconnected it, and then all I had to do was take the towel off this end, and then she just scooted herself over because I had the cover on this side, because I wanted to make, like, you know, a nice enclosed safe space for her, because I knew when I took this off, hopefully she would go in there, which is what she did. So once she was in there, I then had to gently put the isolator in there and kind of scoot her to the back. And then once the isolator was in there, I was able to put the door on, latch the door, and we are good to go. She's in a nice, clean carrier, and we're ready to leave for the vet. We're not leaving yet, though. I still have time to feed the other cats. I'm not ready to go yet, so I have to get myself ready, feed these cats, and then we'll be good to go. So I just gave the cats their breakfast. There's Sammy. She's eating it. There's Richard. He's eating it. Goldie is in the far back corner under the day sofa. So I put a bowl by her. I hope she eats it also. Today's fish day. All the cats are getting canned fish. Today it's the wholehearted salmon pate, which I'm not happy about it. This is one of the foods that has the seed oils in it. I think it's sunflower oil. I'm just using up food that I have, and they're not getting it on a daily basis. So hopefully it's not going to cause them more pain. I know when I was having my acute shoulder pain, anytime I ate anything with seed oils in it, I noticed that the pain would get worse, and I really think because I was eating so much food with sunflower oil in it. I was eating so much sunflower oil the few weeks leading up to my horrible shoulder pain. That's when I first started thinking, is there a connection to it? So the other thing that I noticed when I was dealing with that severe pain is that if I had cod liver oil, which is very high in omega-3s, I would notice a nice reduction in the pain. It would help me sleep at night, and it definitely helped with the inflammation, and it helped for pain better than taking an Advil. So that's when I really started like looking into the connections between omega-6s, omega-3s, and pain levels and inflammation in general. So yeah, moving forward, I made a video the other day about how I won't buy any cat food with seed oils in it, vegetable oils, anything like that. And this is one of the cat foods that has it in it, but like I said, they're not getting it every day, and I'm just using up what I have. I just don't want to see the food go to waste, especially now that cat food is so expensive. So hopefully it won't cause anyone an increase in pain, especially Goldie, because she so recently had her surgery. Sammy seems to have snapped back like really fast. Richard also, and it's taking Goldie a little bit more time, but you know, probably took Sammy more time also. I just didn't realize it because she was the first one. There they go. They lick their plates. Very nice of them to do that. They help me clean. I hear Goldie eating. I could hear her eating. The problem is when she starts, after they start, then they try to steal her food. The other thing I noticed today is that this wand toy and that wand toy have all been dislodged from where they were. So I had both of them hanging off of these shelves, like I had them inserted in the top of the shelves, and they were just kind of like hanging out. So obviously the cats were playing with them and pulled them out, which is fine because I could always just put them back in. The other thing I wanted to mention is that last night was a very quiet night. I went to bed early. I probably went to bed around 10 o'clock, probably fell asleep by 10:30. And then I woke up around 3 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't believe how quiet the house was. I was like, wow, it's really quiet. I even had to check the security cameras to make sure that like the cats were still in the room, and I saw them. They're like walking around, they're like playing with this, but they were playing so quietly. And even Nancy was quiet. I was like, this is just great. So I ended up falling back asleep, and then I woke up around 5:15 when my alarm went off. But yeah, maybe it's because more of them are in the room now, so they're more comfortable with each other. They do seem to be content here. You know, they're warm, they're safe, they're comfortable, they're getting regular meals, they have water, they have toys, and you know, they have everything a cat could want. The only thing that they don't have is like a whole, you know, big room and a whole bunch of space. But for a recovery room, considering they're all just coming out of surgery, I think it's a good size because I don't want them, you know, being too active at this point. And they also have a cat tower. I forgot about that. And they've been scratching on that, which is good. You done, Goldie? She's almost done. Good job. Good job. You gonna take a nap, Richard? Richard's gonna take a bath in one of the beds. I just came in the room to get Nancy, and look at this. Look, someone took the cover off of this. And I know it wasn't Nancy. Come on, Nancy, we're gonna go for a ride, okay? We're gonna go for a ride. You're gonna make some new friends, okay? I'm in the car with Nancy. Right now she's pretty quiet. We're somewhat on time today, so we're just about to leave. And hopefully we won't hit much traffic. Look at the trees. We're on our way to the vet. We're about halfway there. And what I just realized is that last year at this time, I was trying to get Ditto into a trap. I had been trying to get Ditto into a trap for a while. And yeah, it was right around now. Actually, now that I think about it, he had been missing for about 4 days, and he returned on National Feral Cat Day, which I believe is 2 days from now on Sunday. So right now, last year he was missing. Ditto had been missing for a few days, and he would continue to be missing for a few days, and then he would come back with his wounds and I would take him to the animal hospital. So that was a year ago. I mean, if I think back, like, I would never think, well, a year in the future, Ditto would have passed away and now you're rescuing 7 feral kittens. Like, I would have never ever thought that. We just got to the vet and Nancy did very, very good. She only meowed once the entire way. She's been pretty calm. It's almost 4 p.m. I just came in the room and these two are playing around over here, and Goldie was hanging out up there on the day sofa. So I need to clean everything up because I have to go pick up Nancy in a little while, and it has been confirmed that Nancy is a Nancy. So I'm really happy about that. I also should mention that I was going to show you the cats while I mentioned it. I should mention that when I dropped her off today, I got a different doctor. So one of the doctors, a young doctor, did these 3. And then today I got a different doctor. I got an older doctor who actually owns the practice. Like, he started the vet practice, and then he brought on some other vets. So I was talking to him today, and he was super, super, super nice. And he mentioned a few things about one of the local rescues that I had been dealing with or trying to deal with. And he said some interesting things that shed some light on the situation. And he said he used to deal with a woman from one of the rescues all the time, and then she just kind of fell off the face of the earth, meaning, you know, then she just stopped contacting him. And he says he's really eager, you know, to help and offer his services. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when I go back there. Are they going to charge me the full price that they've been charging me? Minus the certificate discount that supposedly I've been getting. But it's still, I mean, for a female, the cost of the certificate and then the other fees on top of it, we're talking $800. $800 for a female and $600 for a male. And so far I've done 3 females and 1 male, and then there's 3 more cats outside. So I don't know, maybe he'll give me a discount, maybe he won't. I don't know what's going to happen because, you know, sometimes the people at the front desk don't communicate too well with the actual vets. So I don't know. It was super crowded at the vet's office. So many dogs there, actually like 3 or 4 cats also. So I guess it was just a really busy day for them. So it was really interesting. I was glad that I met another vet there, and he has so much experience. He was like, yeah, I've been doing these surgeries for 30 years. And, you know, he was telling me that there shouldn't be any issues and the whole thing. So he was really nice. And he said that they always do a very conservative ear tip. We're talking about stuff like that. Anyway, on the way back, I ran some errands. So it's been working out that when I take a cat to the vet in the morning, because I'm out so early, I can then get a whole bunch of errands done when stores are just opening. And one of the stores that I went to was a Home Goods on the way home. And they had these pet beds, which are just so perfect. These are pretty much what I was looking for when I bought the other one. So these are flat, but they're really soft and comfortable, and they do have like a pillow around the edge, and these will fit really nicely under the day sofa. They're also not too big, not too small, so they're like a perfect size for these cats. Hey, don't eat that! So I really like this grass runner that I have here by the windows, but they've been pulling strings off of it, and then he was trying to eat one, so I have to make sure that I get them. Anyway, I'm really happy I found these, and all Home Goods do not have the same things. I went to another Home Goods on the way home, and they didn't have these at all. And I have not seen these in previous Home Goods, so it's kind of like, you know, if you see it in one, you have to get it when you see it. So I got 2 of these. I don't know why they were different prices. They're pretty much the same. Yeah, they're exactly the same except for the color. Maybe this is a tiny bit smaller, but they seem exactly the same. So I'm going to take the tags off, find some blankets to put over these, and put these under the day sofa also. That way there will be 4 cat beds under the day sofa, which should be fine. So there's a cat bed. There's a cat bed. There's a cat bed. And there's a cat bed. And there's 2 cats. Hey Richard, you talking to somebody outside? You see someone outside? You see someone outside? Come on over here. The cats are getting some pets. They like getting pets up here. He's purring. I have to give them some food before I leave. But I still have to clean up this room. You want some pets? They let me. First they like to smell my hand. Then they let me give them pets. Hmm? Hey, nice, 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 nice. Be nice. He already knows. He knows you're the boss, but you be nice. You be nice, boss. Got it? Okay, Richard, you're a good boy. You're a good boy, Richard. Richard, you're a good boy. Okay? So for dinner today, the cats are having some of the Performatrin whitefish pate. This is some of the food that I got on sale over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. It's still good though. It hasn't reached the expiration date. So I'm going through my back stock of food. And I want to get them fed before I leave. I put a bowl of food under the day sofa for Goldie, but she's not eating it. So I just put the towel down and maybe she'll go eat it now. So Sammy just licked her bowl clean and Richard finished his, and I do hear Goldie eating. So that's good. Don't even think about it, Richard. Richard, don't think about it. You're not going to eat hers. You had yours, okay? You let her eat. You let her eat, Richard. Richard? Richard. You going to be like your Uncle Simba? Are you going to be like your big Uncle Simba? He steals people's foods and it's not nice. You want to play with the toy instead? Okay, take a bath. Sammy's taking a bath by the windows. He's going to take a bath here. It is 5:20 p.m. and I'm on my way to the vet's office to pick up Nancy. And I left a little late because I wanted to make sure all the cats were fed, and I put a second platter of food outside because I don't know if it was Eva or Ringo, but they were hanging out outside looking for more. And then I gave Stella, Boo, Splash and Simba their food. I was gonna wait until I got back, but they were like expecting it, and I figured, all right, I better give it to them now. And so that's what they have. I have 2 pieces of fish cooking in my Hot Logic, and I was gonna top their food with it, but what I might do is just give it to them like as part of their crunchy snack later, some fresh fish. Or I could just put it in the refrigerator and save it for tomorrow. Cooked fish will last a few days in the refrigerator. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to wait long when I go there sometimes. Like this morning, the waiting room was really crowded, so I'm hoping when I pick her up, it's not gonna be as crowded. I can just kind of like go in and get her. Nancy and I just got home, so I put her in the room. Sammy was on the day sofa. She just ran underneath. I don't know what the other 2 are doing. Maybe they're relaxing. So I'm gonna let her just sit here a few minutes while I put together some food and water for her. And then I will put the food and water in the trap, connect her up and let her have the entire area. So I'll be back. I'm putting Nancy's food together, so she's having a little bit of canned chicken pate and some boiled chicken shredded on top and some water. And I also want to mention that I did not get a discount of any kind today, so I thought that was a little weird. The vet was talking to me this morning like, yeah, he works with rescues and no one's been contacting him from rescues recently, and he'd gladly do so many free spays and neuters. And I told him this was the 4th one I've brought in 2 weeks, and he doesn't even cut me like a little discount. So it was the same amount of money that I spent on all the previous females. So I was a little bit disappointed when I saw the bill. And then when I was driving home, I looked at the paperwork again, and it said that she only weighed 2 pounds. I was like, there's no way she's 2 pounds. I was like, maybe it's 12 pounds. So I called the office back. They put me on hold for 5 minutes while I checked. And then she told me that it should be 7 pounds, that whoever entered it in entered 2 instead of 7. So not too happy with how the paperwork and billing went today. So I'm hoping that the surgery went well. Here's Nancy. I just hooked her up to the other side of the cage, put the food and the water in, and I put a cover on that side. And this side's open in case everyone wants to come and say hello and welcome back. You smell the food? I don't know if she's going to eat or not. I don't know if she pooped or peed. Did you poop or pee at all? Yeah, I don't know. I put the litter box on the other side. I hope it's not too close to the food bowl. It's probably 6 inches away, but usually the cats like hanging out in this part. Would you like a squeeze up? Would you like a squeeze up on a spoon? You think you might eat that now? I just got her a churro. Let's see if she'll eat it. She's smelling it. You want a churro? You want to eat it? You're not interested? Usually they don't eat. Like, the other 2 didn't eat until the next day, really. You gonna eat it? I have it right near her mouth. You don't want it? Want down here? Here. Want down here? You're a nice girl, Nancy. You're a nice girl. Here. Want it? Okay, she doesn't want it. You don't want it? Okay, I tried. You do have food on the other side, okay? You can look around. She's probably still a little bit dazed and confused from the medications. Here comes Richard. Hey, Richard. He's laying in one of the new beds. You want this? No? You want it? Richard, would you like this? Richard, you want it? Okay. I'm just going to leave it here in the rug. Anyone who wants it can eat it, okay? Richard's very concerned. You okay, Nancy? You okay? You can't come out yet. Can't come out yet. Tomorrow you can come out. Tomorrow you could come out. Not yet, though, okay? You okay, honey, though? Are you okay? You doing okay in there? I want to make sure you're okay. You're good? So he didn't want to eat the churro. Here's Sammy. Is Sammy going to eat it? I put the spoon over there. She's probably going to eat it. Yep, she's going to eat it. Sorry, Nancy, you're stuck in there till tomorrow, okay? Because you need a rest. Okay? I want you to rest. Good. Rest good. Okay? I swapped out the travel cover for the room cover, which is just a towel. I put it on the top and the end here so she could see out the sides. So that way the other cats can interact with her. They spent a lot of time like right here next to her last night, then on the other side. So they could go in the back, they could go on this side. Actually, I should move her up because now there's more room for them to go on the back. So they're concerned, and they spent quite a bit of time hanging out with her, so that's why. See? See? That's probably why they were so quiet last night. Maybe if they weren't hanging out with her, she would have been more rambunctious in the trap. She's rubbing up on him in the back. Okay. Richard, she has to be in there till tomorrow, okay? Okay, Richard? So, I was thinking she might be the mom if she weighed a few pounds more than all the cats did. But she weighs 7 pounds, which is a pound less than Richard. And a pound less than Goldie. The two of them, it said 8 pounds. And then Sammy was 7. And they say she's 7. I don't know, maybe looks are deceiving. Okay. I am going to leave the room and let the cats just get reacquainted with each other. It's 6:44 p.m. I just came in the room to check on Nancy. She moved out of this part and she's over here and she ate her dinner. She ate the food that's in there. How you doing, Nancy? She ate all the food, so that's all she's going to get for now because you're supposed to give them, like, not their full portion, just a smaller portion, which is what I did. So we'll see how she feels from that. And then I could always give her some later. So that's very good. She's the first one that's been eating so much food inside of this trap. Maybe that's why she's only 7 pounds. Maybe she hasn't been eating enough. So I just took the cage part off to make sure that the towels were like dry, that she didn't pee or poop or anything, and they're all clean, so that's good. And right now she's hanging out in the litter box. That's fine. She wants to hang out there. So here's Richard. He's hanging out under the day sofa. There's Sammy. She's hanging out in the bed. And there's Goldie. She's hanging out in the other bed. So there's 3 little kittens under the day sofa. Okay, guys. I'll let you relax. You guys have not been getting enough sleep, so I expect everyone to get some good rest, okay? All right. It's 9:10 p.m. I just came in here. It's pretty cold in here. I'm going to make sure I shut the window. It's only open like half an inch. And look at what happened here. Look. The runner's off the shelf. The grass is off the shelf. The shelves are not even next to each other anymore. There's like a gap between them. So I have a tray of food here. There's some canned food. There's some fresh salmon. And I was going to put some crunchies in there. Be nice. So they're eating some food. I put a bowl under the day sofa for Goldie. She's in the bed, but she's looking at the food. And Nancy wants some, but I have to wait until these are done because I have to take out the connector and put it in her bowl. So I did bring food in for her. Okay, Goldie's eating. I could hear it. I just gave Nancy some food. She's having the same thing that the other cats had. And she went right over and she's eating it. I also put a little bit of a churro on top of it for her. I didn't want to give her too much, so I just gave her a little bit. But she's eating it, so that's really good. She must be really hungry. So far, she's the only one that's really been eating well inside this trap. Okay, Nancy? Oh, I didn't even get to see her ear. Did they do a nice job? Yeah, they did a pretty nice job. Richard's right. He's like right. He's right there. I think he's trying to steal some of the food through the cage. You can't steal it, Richard. It's Nancy's. Don't steal her food. You can't steal it. Don't even, he's trying to eat it through the cage. Richard, let her eat. Look at this. He's purring so loudly. Hello. Hello. He's rubbing up on the trap. I guess he and Nancy are pretty much the same size. Richard's paws are quite... You're okay. What's going on here, buddy? What's going on, Sammy? What's going on, Sammy? So Goldie came out. I don't know if Goldie wants more food or she just wants to visit. He's trying to put his paws through the wires. Richard, let her eat, please. Look at Goldie. Richard likes a good head scrub. He likes a good head scrub, right? Okay. Good boy. Look at this. Now they're rubbing on each other through the trap, and Goldie's on the other side. Oh, look at this. Look at this one. Hey, Goldie. Hello. They both want to be near Nancy. Look at that. They both want to be near her. She might be looking for an escape route. She was looking at the windows. Okay. You want to get comfortable in there? Okay, get comfortable in there, okay? Okay? So Goldie and Richard just gave each other a headbutt. She gonna jump? Yep, there we go. Oh, three cats by the windows. Look at this on the table. Richard, what are you doing? Richard, what are you doing? This is empty. That's empty. Come on, guys. You had all your food already, okay? You had all your food today, okay? We're gonna go to bed and tomorrow's another day. You have more food tomorrow. Okay? You'll have more food tomorrow. I'm surprised that Goldie's walking around with me here. This is like the first time she's doing that. And there's Sammy trying to push her around. Sammy's like, I'm in control here. Oh, you hit the camera? She just hit the camera with her paw. Get down. We don't climb windows. Is someone outside? You see somebody outside? There's no lights on, so there shouldn't be anyone out there. Oh, she might see her reflection. I gotta shut the big light off. So there's Nancy in the cage. Here's Richard. Can you see Goldie? She's on top of the trap. I don't know if anything's being filmed, but she's on top of the trap. Now Richard's laying next to it. There's Sammy. Good night, Richard. Good night, Sammy. Good night, Goldie. Good night, Nancy. I'd like to give a shout out to April and C.R. Barboni. Thank you so much for your patronage this month and your generous support. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.